All right, let's go ahead and come into an easy seat. Ah, we'll let a new day begin now. Allowing yourself some very slow, full breaths. About 3 breaths here. Really taking your time, letting your torso, your belly, your rib cage, chest, all of it expand. And letting it go. Keeping the arms fairly soft. You might even puff your arms out a little bit so there's space for your rib cage to expand. And letting it go at your own pace. Breathe another slow, full breath while I invite our quote for today, or really kind of a goal for the weekend. We can cultivate a heart and mind that sees the divine energy inside each person. So as we move through the day and weekend, our invitation or challenge is to cultivate a heart and a mind that sees the divine energy inside each person. That would be the cultivation of this Niyama Ishvari Pranadhana. All right, let's go ahead and come onto our spines to begin. So rolling onto your back. Good morning, welcome, welcome. All right, coming onto your spine. You can keep your feet on the ground, knees bent. And if you've got space for it, open your arms out wide or bend the arms like a cactus. We'll do just a little bit of spinal flexion or really pelvic tilting. So breathing, we'll just arch the low back off of the ground and then flatten the low back to the ground. So rocking the pelvis forwards and backwards. This massages the sacral area, the very base of the spine. There's also really dense connective tissue and muscles down here, so we're just giving that a little bit of love. It can stiffen up as we sleep, so for folks who are doing this first thing in the morning. All right, and then let your spine come to neutral. And then imagine hiking your left hip up towards your shoulder. Yes, I am thinking of Conan O'Brien and his little hip string dance thing. So hike the left hip up. We're shortening the left side, lengthening the right side. Then drop it down to neutral. Pause and just notice if you feel a little different left to right. And now we'll hike the right hip up. So shortening the right side body, and it's subtly lengthening the left side body. Maybe not so subtle. Stay there, another breath. And then let that right hip drop. And then side to side, hike up the left hip and then the right hip. So we're just moving the pelvis now laterally, side to side. Good, then come back to neutral. Let's hug the right knee in towards the chest and cross the right leg over the left, either at the ankle, the thigh, wherever feels good. Then draw the legs in towards your chest, looking for a stretch on the outer right hip. It's a figure 4 sort of shape. You could use your hands to hold on to your legs. You could also straighten that left leg, point the toes to the sky, then flex the ankle, lifting the heel to the sky. If you can reach, you might even massage a little bit back behind the left knee. And maybe you lift your head and shoulders off of the ground, curling yourself up. Put a bend in that left knee, drop the shoulders and head back to the ground, and then let your legs fall to the left side. If you need to unwind the legs to make this twist more comfortable, go for it. Your right hand could rest on your low back. It could reach up by your ear or out. And you might rotate your head to the right also. Stay for a couple breaths. All right, come back to neutral. Just for a moment, stretch both legs long. You even drop your arms by your sides like a mini shavasana. And notice your left side and your right side. So trying to become just a little bit more aware of the more subtle changes of energy flow in the body. All right, both feet on the ground, then hug the left knee in towards your chest. Cross the left leg over the right, and then draw both legs in towards your chest. Find an angle that feels good enough for you. Again, we're looking for a stretch on the outer, now it's the left hip. You might move the legs around a little bit. And then we could stretch the right leg up towards the sky, and if you can reach, you could kind of massage behind the right knee. Anytime we're seated, that area is literally closed off or blocked. So just trying to give that some love. You can point and flex your right ankle. And maybe lift the head and shoulders off of the ground. Just a moment of core work there. And setting head and shoulders down, letting them bend, come into the right knee. Open your arms out wide, big breath in. Breathe out, let the legs fall to the right side. And again, adjust yourself so that this twist feels good enough for you. Maybe the left hand's at the low back, out wide to the left side or up overhead. One more breath. And come back to neutral. Both feet on the ground. Excuse me, kitty. And we'll do a little bit of bridge pose. So feet on the ground, pull them in as close to your hips as you can get, as long as the knees are okay with it. Arms down by your sides. Let's walk the shoulders a little bit under the body. And then inhaling, press the hips up. You can float the arms up. Exhaling, lower down. Keep doing this with your breath. So I remember my kind of home studio when I lived in Chicago. Super, super smart teachers there. But they were really big on keeping the glutes relaxed while you do this movement. That's one school of thought. My current teachers would say, squeeze the glutes to help you push your hips up. And then even like physical therapists and chiropractors I know say that squeezing the glutes in bridge pose can help counteract any like sciatic nerve pain sorts of issues. So that's the route that I am suggesting now. If you want to really squeeze the glutes, push the hips up and then lower back down. Do that a few more times. And when you've had enough, you can go ahead and bring your feet to the ground. Pause for a breath. All right, let's find our way upright. You can rock up or roll to the side. Good. When you get there, we'll pause for just a moment in Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet come together. Let's sit up tall. Big breath in, and hands on ankles. Start to pull yourself forward. For this moment, keep lifting the heart or extending the spine. Take another breath. And then try rounding your spine. Let the head get heavy, rounding down. Maybe you sway a little bit. Do you feel this more in your inner thighs, your groin, your low back? Maybe somewhere else? All right, breathing. We'll sit up tall and come on into tabletop. If you like using blocks, you can grab those. And from tabletop right away, let's draw the right knee up towards the chest and step that right foot to the top of the mat. ultimately whatever it takes to get there. Then press your hips forwards and down, and then straighten the right leg, sending the hips back. And we'll keep moving like this. You can always settle in if you'd rather find stillness, but otherwise we'll just flow a bit, start to increase the blood flow and circulation. All right, now bending into the right leg. Try to lighten your hands, and maybe you can reach them up to the sky. Maybe they just make it to the thigh. That's fine. If possible, reaching up, and then you can imagine you're climbing a rope. So left arm reaches a little higher, and then right arm reaches a little higher. This is tricky on the balance, throwing our center off a bit. And it can help us stretch into the side body more. And then you might even feel it on the left hip flexor when that left arm reaches up and over a little. Good. Coming back to center. If possible, bring your hands back behind your head. Pull the elbows back, lift your heart. Try to look up for a breath. And when you exhale, come through neutral, then chin towards chest. Elbows point forward, very light pressure on the back of the head. We're just rounding the spine. Notice how the front of the left thigh and hip flexor feels. Give it another breath. And then hands down to the ground or blocks. Tuck the left toes, step the right foot back. So we're pausing in plank pose, pushing through the heels, push through the hands. Big breath in. Exhale, drop the knees and step the left foot up, whatever it takes to get there. Press the hips forward and down as you breathe, and then straighten the left leg. So we'll shift forwards and backwards. Good, a couple more breaths. All right, bending into the left leg. See if you can engage your core a little, lighten the hands. Try to reach them up to the sky. Meet yourself wherever you are today. Reaching up and then climbing that rope. Right arm reaches a little higher, left arm a little higher. Side body stretching, balance challenging. And breathing, come to center, reach. Hands come back behind the head, and if you can, tilt back, lifting the heart, opening those arms and elbows back wide. Big breath in. And breathing out, come through neutral, then really gently round the spine forward. We're kind of tucking the pelvis here, rounding the spine. Notice how this feels down the front right thigh. And then hands come down to the ground, tuck the right toes. Let's step ourselves into plank pose. Big breath in plank. And then walk your hands up to meet walk your feet up to meet your hands. Uttanasana, forward fold. On an inhale, we'll lift halfway, hug the shoulder blades towards the spine. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, maybe come up to the toes. Maybe on the toes. Either way, let's try a chair pose. You could bring the hands down to the heart, core muscles engaged. If you're on the toes, go ahead and drop your heels to the ground. Take one more breath in Utkatasana, chair pose, and then stand up tall. On an inhale, stretch up. On an exhale, fold down. Hands coming all the way to the ground. Step the right foot back for warrior one. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Take a couple breaths here to settle in. So our hips are relatively facing forward, same with the chest and shoulders. Bending into the left leg, letting it get stronger as it supports us. Getting a stretch through the front of the right hip, thigh area. Another inhale, reach as high as you can. Engage your core as you exhale, slow motion, hinge forward. Keep the arms by your head for a moment. It's a little more work or a lot more work. Take another inhale. As you exhale, float the arms down and back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take another breath here. And then bring your hands all the way down to the ground. You might reach for those blocks again, and we're going to explore straightening the left leg and then bending the left leg. So passing through a pyramid pose as we straighten the left leg and then bend into it again. You might let the head get really heavy while you do this. Alternately, you could keep extending the spine, trying to keep the head and neck in alignment with the rest of the spine. One more pulse. And then left knee bent, hands coming down to the ground. Step the right foot back, step the left foot back, top of a push-up. We breathe in, I am strong. Breathe out, I am resilient. Another breath in. And letting go all the way down to the belly. Point the toes back, stretch the arms back, palms down. Breathing in, Shalabhasana, locust pose. We'll lift up. We're reaching back so energetically. You can lower down as you exhale, or you can stay lifted. A few more breaths. Really reaching back, shoulder blades drawing together and down. Really great for our postural muscles, kind of counteract any slouching that happens. And then we'll all lower down. Give yourself a break, maybe a shimmy of the hips. Wonderful. Hands alongside your chest, tuck your toes, press yourself up. You can pause in tabletop, child's pose, or downward facing dog. If you take downward facing dog, maybe you want even more movement and you can inhale forward into plank pose, just optional. Then forward on the toes. Exhale, lower down a bit. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more breath wherever you took it. And then we'll all meet in down dog. Try to lift the right foot off of the ground. So maybe some folks lift it just an inch or so. Maybe some stretch the right leg all the way up to the sky. Another inhale, look forward between your hands, and exhale, step or swing that right foot to the top of the mat. Breathe while you steady yourself. See if you can stay on the ball of the left foot, and then we'll try to reach the arms up. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Big inhale. Exhale, slow motion, hinge forward, sweeping the arms down and back. Good. Inhale, rise up. If it's too tricky or not fun to balance on the left toes, you can always plant that left foot. We'll keep flowing. A couple more breaths. Strong legs, full breaths. One more inhale, reaching up. As you exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Take a giant step into that right leg, sending the left leg up to the sky, standing splits. Let the head get heavy. And maybe lift one or both hands off of the ground as you breathe. And then we'll bring the left foot to the ground, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Shoulder blades hug together. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up. Big stretch. And breathe out, hands to the heart. Give it a few breaths. As you're ready, inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, half lift, shoulder blades hug together. Exhale, fold down. Hands touch the ground. Right foot steps back and out, setting up for warrior one. Bend into your left leg. Then on an inhale, rise up. A couple of breaths here. Did I do this backwards? I'm sorry. Let's bring your hands to the ground. Switch feet. So now your left foot steps back and out. There we are. Warrior one, right leg in front. Left leg in back. It's a week. We're reaching up, we're bending into the right leg. We can admire its strength. Another breath. And then keeping the arms up, exhale, slow motion hinge forward and down. Slowly breathe and then release the arms down and back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Stay here for a breath. One more breath. And hands come to the ground. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. Top of a push-up. Inhale. I am strong. Exhale. I've got this. One more inhale of strength. And exhale. Lower down. Point your toes back. Stretch the arms back. I'm laughing at Toby. Breathing in Shalabhasana locust pose. He looks like extra big at this angle. I missed her. Keep breathing in your locust pose. Let that back body work for you. Building strength. One more breath. And lower down. Give yourself a rest. Maybe a shimmy of the hips. And then hands alongside your chest. Tuck your toes. Press yourself up. Take a break if you want to break. Take down dog or take a flow. We'll say 3 to 5 breaths. All right, from downward facing dog, lighten the left foot, maybe even stretch that left leg all the way up to the sky, three-legged dog. Look forward between your hands, then step or swing the left foot to the top of the mat. We're going to try to balance on the ball of the right foot. You can always plant it if needed. When you're ready, bring the arms up. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Smooth breath here. Even when the body is shaky, the breath can be relatively smooth and full. On your next exhale, hinge forward, sweeping the arms down and back. Inhale to rise up. Do this a few times. All right, the next time you exhale, go ahead and bring your hands to the ground. Standing splits, big breath in, step into your left leg, exhale, hinge forward and down. You could be looking at the mat, or maybe let the head get a little heavier and look towards your knee or shin. And maybe the hands get light. Breathing, being with yourself wherever you are. And as you're ready, let the right foot meet the left on the ground, folding down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise all the way up, big stretch. And exhale, hands to your heart. Take a breath here. All right, now we'll turn to face the long edge of the mat or just take a wide stance. Pivot your heels in. Hands can be on hips. We'll just bend the knees, sinking down, and slide the hands onto the thighs. Lean forward, looking for a stretch in the inner thigh muscles. So you can dip one shoulder in towards the center, and then the other, going side to side. One more time each side, and then we'll meet in a wide leg forward fold. Bringing the hands to grounds, maybe pivoting so the heels and toes are pretty well lined up, hinging forward and down. If you wanted to, you could bend one knee and then the other, or you could just hang heavy. Let's try to let the head and neck really get heavy, so we're decompressing the spine. Okay, as you're ready, you can bring the feet a little closer together. We'll just bring our seat to the ground and roll onto your back. So, situating yourself on your mat, then opening the arms out wide, letting the knees fall to the left side and then to the right side. So we could do the legs like windshield wipers. When you feel ready, stop with the twists. You could draw knees in towards your chest. Take happy baby if you like. So that's bending the knees, bringing them out wide away from each other. Hands can hook behind the knees or at the ankles or the edges of the feet or even the big toes. In happy baby, we're getting a stretch in the groin area, but we're also flattening the low back onto the mat. You could rock a little bit, massaging the back body, just another couple breaths. And then feet on the ground, stretch your legs long, stretch the arms long. Let yourself get heavy and still, imagining this being a time of your body, your mind, absorbing all of the benefits of this practice. Cultivating a heart and mind that sees the divine energy inside each person is the practical culmination of Ishvari Pranadhana. Perceiving no difference between ourselves and others cuts through unawareness, avidya. It demotes egotism as mita and is a form of samadhi, bliss. Pure love is independent of the outer changing world around us. When we understand that each person is a constantly changing outer shell encasing an unchanging, pure inner light of awareness, then we can show love for the divine in all sentient beings. When we understand that each person is a constantly changing outer shell encasing an unchanging, pure inner light of awareness, then we can show love for the divine in all sentient beings. As you're ready, let's give ourselves a little stretch and movement, releasing this practice. And as you return to an easy seat, you might think a positive thought or two for yourself. Something like, good job. I've already done something good for myself today. Done something good for the world today by taking care of myself. As you're ready, you can bring your hands together at your heart, offering yourself a bow of acknowledgement. Also bowing to the teachings that they exist for our benefit. Take a big breath in if you'd like to chant Om. May the benefit of our individual practices serve to uplift all. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day and weekend. I will be sending out emails tomorrow since this week kind of crash burned, but we'll be starting to make the platform switch, but we'll still be in the same Zoom room all month. So no stress. We will figure this goodness out. See you soon.